Hey, good morning, everyone. Darin Marques here. I'm with our newest agent, Jaimee Murphy. Jaimee, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good. So as you guys know, I like to spotlight all the agents on the team and tell you a little bit about each one and where they specialize in and where they're from so that you can learn more about them. And so we're going to start with Jaimee today. We're asking her 20 questions. We threw her off guard because she had no idea what we were going to interview her about. And so this makes it even better. So this way there's no planning behind it, right?
I love it. Okay, let's go.
All right, number one. Let's start with Jaimee. Tell us, everybody, where you're from.
So I was born and raised in Huntington Beach, California.
Okay. And you moved to Las Vegas?
I know. Everybody's like, why did you come here? I'm like, well, a lot of reasons, but yes, born and raised in Huntington Beach. We still go back probably once a month at this point, so we're still there quite a bit, but Vegas is home.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit. So obviously you've been in real estate now, what, a little over a year?
Yeah, a little over a year. Just over a year, actually. My whole family's in real estate. So my husband's a loan officer, my dad's in title, my sister's in new construction. So I felt like it was just time for
It's kind of in the blood, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm like, let's join the club.
And that's good for people to know, because I think it's helpful understanding, especially when you're newer, that you have a great understanding of real estate and how it works and what it's like, because when you're raised around it, obviously you hear about it all the time. It becomes second nature for you. Talk about a little bit about what you've done leading up to getting into real estate. I know you had some sales background and stuff like that. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I feel like I've been honestly in sales my whole life to some degree. My very first job, I was in retail, and I worked my way up to manager before I was 18.
Wow.
So I've been in sales management pretty much my whole life, as long as I've been working. My most recent I was with for about 5 years was a sales training company. It actually was in the auto industry, so it was a very niche kind of industry. But I learned a lot. I managed a team of like 15 people, all sales backgrounds. So, and everybody worked remote. So I feel like it's a very driven, self-disciplined kind of job.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, I learned a lot from there, but also just from my family being in real estate too. So it was kind of a smooth transition.
Awesome. And so I'm sure people ask you, and everybody, I mean, not just because the market's great, right? Everybody's getting into real estate the last couple of years. Obviously, it's in your blood. So what was it for you that made you want to get into real estate?
You know, I'm a hard worker. I grind. Like, I'm a hustler, and I don't think it's a career for the faint of heart. I think a lot of people get in it thinking that it's going to be. I put myself through my master's program entirely online as well, and so I just knew, like, I have the self-discipline to do it. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was a good transition. I'm used to working remote, kind of being that self-discipline, creating my own schedule, making my own income, and I just thought it was a good way to kind of combine what I'm now passionate for with what I'm good at. So.
Most definitely. That's awesome. So obviously you're in real estate now a year. What is it that you're loving about real estate out of everything that you do so far, besides the 110 calls you make a day?
Yeah, I know.
Because everybody loves that.
Yeah, besides the everyday grind. I don't know, that's tough because I feel like I enjoy everything, to be honest. I am so grateful for this team and this community. I think the people that I've met specifically here have been so motivating, and everybody's so successful in their own way, and I think I just learn a lot, which I thrive off of. Also, I've always had like a passion for interior design, so I think being able to walk these beautiful homes, list these beautiful homes, show them, really sell kind of key features is something that's new, and a lot of people, when they're even shopping for homes, don't think about certain things like that. Yeah. Like designs, aspects, architecture, stuff like that. So I really love that part too.
That's awesome. And I think that's the thing, it's funny, I always hear people say, they love looking at homes online. And that's usually like the first comment I get from people when they want to get into real estate. But there really is so much more to it. Yeah. And even just the emotional side of it, working with the clients and the rewarding part of seeing them get the home that they want.
Yeah.
So tell me, enough about real estate. You moving to Vegas. What was it that made you guys want to move to Vegas?
So living in California, obviously prices is one, just to be honest. But I also have family here. So my parents actually came out here probably 6 years ago at this point.
Oh, okay.
So we were back out and forth kind of, I feel like, pretty often. We never really explored the Henderson side until we were out here and really were shopping for a home. But we just fell in love with Summerlin. I think for me, like I always describe Downtown Summerlin as like a downtown, like Irvine Spectrum, if you're familiar with Orange County. It's like this beautiful outdoor mall. So it really kind of felt like it wasn't that different from what we were leaving, but it was affordable.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a no-brainer. Family was here. We knew the area. We were getting familiar with it. The people number one, first and foremost, are so night and day different than California. So we were like, okay, we're just going to pull the trigger and do it.
And I'm assuming that's a good thing,
yes,
right? Okay.
Yes. It's like the community out here is just, you don't get that in where I'm from anymore.
Yeah.
It's very much tourist town. So.
And that's good having an outside perspective, because I think for people, even like myself, who've grown up here, sometimes we don't feel that way anymore, right? And so it's good hearing that from somebody coming from the outside, that they feel that way. And also, I think one of the things that most people concerned with, even I've had this with buyers moving here over the years from California, is, God, I'm leaving all my friends, and what's it going to be like, and is it hard to meet people, and what are the things to do? So speaking of that, what are your favorite things to do here in Vegas?
Oh man, you know, I have met a lot of friends, which is great. They've showed us a lot of sides of the town as well. We love Red Rock, so my husband loves to hike. We've got 2 dogs.
Okay.
So anything outdoor, we actually live in the lakes as well. So it's kind of cool to have like little ponds and that big man-made lake around us. Obviously, water's a little bit of home to us too. So we really love going to Lake Mead. We try to do that as frequently as we can when it's warm outside. Downtown Summerlin is great. There's so many, you know, happy hour spots and good dinner places. And we've just met a lot of good people in the service industry too. So even just going to a bar up the street, I feel like is like a little community now. And
I think that's an important thing to point out, because so many people move to Las Vegas, or they have this perception of Vegas that it's only the casinos, that if you move here, you have to go to the Strip all the time. And there's only things. So you pointing out that there's all of these, you know, other things to do, like hiking and going to the lake and that type of stuff is really, really great. Favorite restaurant?
𝗦𝗣𝗢𝗧𝗢𝗥.
I knew you were going to say that.
I know. I'm like, hasn't changed.
Have you eaten anywhere else? No, I'm kidding.
Do you live on any other food? Yes, we have. My husband really likes sushi, but I am a big Italian gal.
Okay.
So I feel like we came there when we first moved here, and it's like our go-to date night now.
Okay.
It's just a good ambiance. I love everything about that place. But the chef is amazing. Everything's like seasonal menu, so it's not like we're going for the same meals every time. So. Perfect.
And favorite sushi place?
Oh, I actually don't eat fish.
Okay,
to be honest with you. So I'm like, you would have to ask him that. Although
favorite sake place?
𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗟𝗧𝗢𝗥 house is great because they have that hibachi
as
well, where they cook in front of you. That's always good when we have like friends in town too, because it's kind of like an interactive place. And they're right up the street too. 𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗟𝗧's got a few locations. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So just closing out on this, talk a little bit about the area that you specialize in.
Yeah. So since I'm in the lakes,
and we had a little technical difficulty here, so.
Of course, it's on mine.
It's our first time today shooting it here, so you know what? Cut us a break.
Yeah. So like I said, we live in the lakes. So my zip code there is 89117.
Yep.
I am just outside of the border of Summerlin, but I do focus a lot on Summerlin. So I've got 89117, and then branching up kind of Summerlin North area, 89134. And then the surrounding areas of Spring Valley as well. So we've got Canyon Gate, Section 10, which is like the old Beverly Hills.
Yep.
Love that area. They're all custom homes, so they're gorgeous. But anywhere kind of West Spring Valley, Summerlin is my specialty.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Jaimee, thank you for taking the time today.
Yeah.
And guys, if you're looking for anybody who specializes in those areas that she just talked about, so Section 10, the Lakes, North Summerlin, any of those areas, be sure to reach out to Jaimee and ask her to come meet with you, and she can give you all the information about those areas and help you out, whether you're looking to buy or sell. Jaimee, one last thing, give them your phone number and best way to contact you.
Yeah, so actually my personal cell phone, I do have a work line too, but you can text me at 714-642-5294.
For all those California buyers,
yep.
It's easy.
Yep. I'm like, I know, they're like, did you change your area code? I'm like, nope, I'll keep it till I die.
I was gonna say, I know more people here that have outside area codes than local. When I see a local area code, it actually surprises me. I'm like, oh wow, they must be from here. So awesome. Thanks, Jaimee.
Thank you.
All right.